Hello, everyone. So, the way people respond, well, many people respond to the Elijah Schaffer and Sarah Stock affair really breaks my heart. So, was it yesterday or the night before? Look, time zones are confusing. Milo Yiannopoulos dropped a lengthy Twitter thread about Elijah Schaffer and Sarah Stock's affair. Now, of course, I went through these tweets and did skip many of them, but I've come to the conclusion that many of them cannot be taken as 110% factual because we don't have a lot of evidence. A lot of these tweets have holes in them. And of course, especially the abortion one, allegedly Sarah had an abortion. But where's the proof of it? What, one acquaintance just said this? Where's the acquaintance? Who told you this? Where's the screenshot, the video call? Where's of, like actual proof of this? We can't just take the sentence and run with it. There's obviously more to a lot of things, but this one just really seems like it's just not really sticking with me and many others out there. But anyways, after recording those two videos, I checked Sarah's Twitter and she retweeted a clip from Nick Fuentes. I did not watch the clip, but it was something about him defending her, just ignoring the drama and stuff. And then a while later, she undid that retweet. And then a while later, I clicked on her profile and it says it can't retrieve tweets right now. She deactivated her Twitter and also her Instagram, by the way. But before she did that, she dropped one final tweet. A lot of what has been said about me is completely untrue. That being said, there are mistakes/unwise decisions I have made that I deeply regret. I apologize to everyone who has been scandalized by this. Please pray. Logging off now. So obviously that's the last thing people managed to nab of hers, and that was really it. And here's the thing. YouTube is still available, and I think that's because it's connected to a company, Rift TV, which, by the way, is owned by Elijah Schaffer. Now, of course, these two deserve a lot of criticism, but I find it really disappointing that so many people are just mostly bashing this chick, but they really kind of like ignore Elijah. And I only saw like two tweets explaining this, and someone said along the lines of, "We already knew Elijah was a degenerate." I'm sorry, most people didn't know that. Okay, many people discovered Elijah through his interview videos from back in the day. When he would go to pride parades or these like protests and stuff and ask people these questions. Yeah, obviously most people knew of Elijah from those videos. That's it. Even if people have totally forgotten about him, if they hear the channel name slightly offensive, it will ring a bell. And of course, Elijah had more experience in the online world compared to Sarah. Sarah is relatively new compared to Elijah. And also, apparently, allegedly, this isn't his first rodeo, with having an affair. So it's like, why aren't people bringing this up more and more, And he even had like a bunch of like tweets which he took down. He was just like going crazy with those tweets. Why aren't people talking about it? Obviously, a lot of people, yes, they have a right to be angry at Sarah. But where is that matching anger towards Elijah? Seriously. Now, of course, there are people out there who think Sarah is a grifter. I don't believe that. She may have really not followed everything she believed in, but I feel like many things she was following. Even after this affair ended, I'm sure she was really, really, what's the term? Well, I don't really have a proper term for this, but trad-based. I'm sure she was more trad-based than ever once she was engaged and when she was married. So of course, I feel like she really wanted to turn over a new leaf and just not talk about that, not bring the past up. So yeah, obviously there's a lot of missing pages in this story, and honestly, we won't really know everything. However, I'm really disappointed in the way people react. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be angry. I'm just saying it should be equal. And also, some people are saying that she's going to come out as like, soon as a leftist or something. Here's the thing. That is really disappointing to say to someone, because it's like, really, do you really want her to go that far and just like chop her tits off? I'm just saying, it's like, have you seen how fanatic things have gotten with politics, especially on the other side? Like, do we really want more women to go through that? To be gender confused and stuff. You know. Anyways, I don't think she's a grifter. She may have fell into a ditch, and she may have obviously picked herself up and just moved on from that behavior of hers. But at the end of the day, I just wish more people would criticize Elijah just as much as they're criticizing Sarah. And I don't even know when she'll return, but many people want her to return, and they're guessing what she'll do next. But it's like, some people say OnlyFans, some people say she'll come out as a leftist. But it's like, seriously, are you really wanting her to become a leftist? Are you sure you want that to happen? Just saying, because I mean, seriously, just seriously. I'm not looking at the camera, but it's like I'm looking straight. I'm making that really concerned look right now. It's just, do you really want that? Just saying, Anyways, sorry if I sounded weird today in this video. I've been trying to record this video for some time, and yeah, it's just, what's happening right now is really hectic, and a lot of people, including Razorfist, said that the right needs more gatekeeping. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, there's various factions on the right, and Sarah and Elijah. Well, once upon a time, Elijah was more of the stereotypical MAGA conservative, and he kind of moved more right in the recent years. But Sarah kind of fell in that as well, and a lot of us know which factions we belong to. However, like, the more like niche factions have become more mainstream now, and obviously that's also because there's a lot of bots as well who kind of promote stuff like this, but it doesn't mean that these opinions aren't genuine, and the thing is that I think gatekeeping is okay. However, we must also realize that the right has various factions. Anyways, that's it for this video. I know it's a confusing one. I'm sorry. I'm just, look, I feel awful about the entire thing. And I've been thinking about it for many hours and stuff, guys. So I'm sure many of us are just feeling awed like this, but I just wish people would be equal about the criticism. That's all. Okay? Anyways, bye.